Our next multiplication rule is going to be the power of a power. And power of a power is a little different. We don't add anything here. We're definitely going to see parentheses. And those parentheses, we're going to kind of treat them like we normally do with parentheses. And we're going to treat them as if we are distributing and multiplying. So if we have a base with an exponent inside of parentheses with another exponent outside of the parentheses, we are going to distribute or multiply the exponents together. So that turns into m times n when we have no other bases happening. If we have other bases, that exponent's going to get distributed to everything. So if there are other numbers or other variables inside, that exponent would also go to those numbers or variables. So for example, I have b to the power of 3 with a 5 outside of the parentheses. So that 5 goes to the exponent inside of the parentheses. It doesn't go in front of the b, it goes to the exponent. They're both little numbers. And it gets multiplied, so we have 3 times 5, which gives us 15. So it's b to the power of 15. So if we look at the examples just below that, I have 2 to the power of 3 inside of parentheses and a 2 on the outside. So that 2 is going to get multiplied inside to the exponent of 3. So that's 2 with 3 times 2 at the top. 3 times 2 is 6, so 2 to the power of 6. And you can calculate this in your calculator since the base is a number. If the base was a variable, we wouldn't be able to do that. But we can do 2 to the power of 6 in our calculator. And that's going to be 64. If it was a letter, we would not be able to do something in the calculator with that. We would just leave it as variable to the power of 6. Looking at part B, we have 2 sets of exponents outside of parentheses or brackets. So we are going to start with the outermost. I'm going to take that 2, multiply it to the 3 in the middle, really. So we have g to the power of 3 inside of parentheses, and then 3 times 2 outside of those parentheses. And that's going to give us g to the power of 3 inside of parentheses with an exponent of 6. But then I'm going to take that 6 and distribute it inside the parentheses to the 3. So we have g to the power of 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. So g to the power of 18 is our final answer for our last power of a power example.